established itself here in China, she is the force behind allowing SMSICT to have a physical office. All of you, you don't have to be a woman, but anyone who wants to now do business in Africa, my Chinese friends, if you are listening, thanks to my friend, the partner, Jeanette here, we now, as of Wednesday, this past Wednesday, have a physical office where you can actually come and sit down. Kind of like this Chamber of Commerce, where you can come, all these Chinese partners, they can come, we can sit down, you can speak with these women or men for that matter, to collaborate and do business. Thank you so much, Jeanette. I really appreciate you. I want you to know that from the bottom of your heart. Not me personally, but SMSICT really appreciates you and thank you. Is there anything else that I missed?
No, you had all the points. Thank you very much.
So we have a mathematics teacher here wearing many hats. I guess now I'm a business person.
I think that is what Africa needs. That kind of diversifying. And you actually mentioned a very critical point here that SMSICT's success really can't be really taken away from the cooperation that you had with the Chinese partner that you just mentioned here. And there we have our brother, who is part of the Center for China Africa Discourse Studies. It's the mastermind of this event. And I want you to check in now from this perspective, going beyond Africa and beyond the African diaspora in China. Because you are also working in a Chinese university as a lecturer there. So I'm pretty sure that you have a lot to say in terms of our cultural exchanges and mutual learning between China and the African continent. What role us as the African diaspora who are here can play in actually bridging this gap or actually fostering the mutual learning and cultural exchange between the two sides.
All right, thank you. To state the role of the African diaspora in China, we first need to understand what has been the role of the African diaspora elsewhere. I think the African diaspora in China is, let's say, quite young, and it's our job to strengthen, like the topic is suggesting. So we should first understand what is the role, role the African diaspora played elsewhere. They were part of those who made Africa being known, and also their actions, many of them, like Kwame Nkrumah, Bongo Betty, Seda Senghor, and all, like the list is not exhaustive, but yeah, they played a great role in our independence, and also to make sure that African culture is known. African writings and so on, Wole Soyinka and so on. So we first need to understand that what they did is great, and how can we apply that here in China? So I think we need to start changing the narrative. We need to start changing the narrative. It's through my sister here, she talked about football. We also talk about music, dance, and so on. But I think we should go beyond that. We should go beyond that because I'm a little bit tired to introduce myself. I'm from Cameroon, and then what comes? Yes, I love Roger Miller. Yes, I love Samuel Eto'o, but I want. Okay, we also have great writers like Jaili, Amal, Bongo Betty, like I just said. So we need to change. There are questions we need to push forward. We want to strengthen our role here. Let me take one example. Here in China, talk about native English countries. Only South Africa. So you, my brother from Zimbabwe, in the eyes of China, you are not. Right? And I in my school where I was suggesting someone to be a lecturer from Cameroon. Cameroon. And he could not get the job because he is not native. They say Cameroon is a French-speaking country. So I asked one question. So what can this guy be? He's not a French speaker. He's just an English speaker, but in China, he's not recognized as an English native. So I think there's a problem. We need to change the narrative, and that goes through our dear ambassadors here. They can help us this issue to the top officials. So that will be the last one now. Also, sometimes we think that everything that we are being said here. So the concept of community of shared future. But what is how is it different from Ubuntu? It's not different. It's not different. But here people will know way because we have not pushed this narrative forward. So we need to change the discourse to try to find a bridge. What you know is what you have, we also have it. But how do we understand that we both have it without having any conflict of interest? So for now, I'll stop here, and then looking forward to your next session.
Thank you so much. There was a lot of content in your sharing. I think I really enjoyed, especially the first that you want Cameroon to be known of other things. I also want Zimbabwe to be known of other things, not only because of 2008 hyperinflation. There are also very good things that are. So this is the fact that we, as the African diaspora who are here, we have the role to play in shaping those narratives and make sure that there is mutual understanding from both sides, and also there is mutual learning, as you have mentioned, that there are a lot of things that we have already had on the continent, but we are not really pushing for those things to be known outside. For example, our Ubuntu philosophy goes in line with many of the Chinese philosophies that we see, and some policies that we see.
Our heritage shines, our justice we claim. Africa's heartbeat, no more bound in shame. From factories to farms, we build and we rise. Industrial might neath liberating skies. The future is ours, injustice was sworn. A continent thriving, reformed and reborn. Oh, Africa Day, rejoicing and soar. Together we rise, one people, one roar. From the east to the west, north to the south. Our strength is unbroken, our truth speaks aloud. Africa's glory, empowered and proud. Through struggles we marched, through triumphs we stand. A tapestry woven by justice and hands. We honor the past, their dreams will defend. Building tomorrow, no more to pretend. Come back to the hardship, now answer the call. For industry, justice and freedom for all. No more exploitation, no more deceit. Africa's children demand their receipt. Oh, Africa Day, rejoicing and soar. Together we rise, one people, one roar. From the east to the west, north to the south. Our strength is unshaken, our promise runs deep. Africa's glory, no more to pretend. So lift every voice, let the anthem resound. For Africa rising, injustice unbound. United we stand, in vision we trust. Africa's destiny, bold, proud, and just. Long live Africa. So lift every voice, let the anthem resound. For Africa rising, injustice unbound. United we stand, in vision we trust. Africa's destiny, bold, proud, and just. Long live Africa, our land, our fight,
Our embassies also has to look in detail. Like there are some cities like small regions like Yiwu that our African communities have been so vast. Just like Guangzhou, which is very popular. But beyond Guangzhou, there is also Yiwu out there. And I've been to Yiwu several times because I'm also based in Zhejiang. Like really, there is a very strong African community there, very resilient, and economically they've been playing a very important role, not only for you, but I mean for our beautiful continent as well. So because time is limited, I'm going to ask you to answer this collective question. And if you feel like you have something that you can add, and also something that we haven't shared yet, you can also put it inside this. I want you to, within maybe 2 to 3 minutes as well, to give whatever suggestions that you have or recommendation to the young people here, also the African diaspora that is here, the communities that are here. What kind of suggestions that you have from your own areas of expertise, be it sports, be it academics, be it business, be it also entrepreneurship as well. So what kind of suggestions do you have? And also as well, you can communicate with our ambassadors here at Beijing in terms of what kind of wishes you have, right? Some of the things that we wish our embassies and the respective missions here could address. You can do that. I'm sure you had a lot to share, but the time is limited. Yeah.
Okay, so again, still on the issue of sports, like I said, we look at it the social aspect of it, which is the grassroots sporting, which is the one that you can just go outside and play with your friends, and then on the professional side of it, for those athletes who are actually coming here to work in the field of sports. Now, there are a lot of challenges that sports athletes face in China. First of all, is the issues to do with the visas for athletes. That has been a very, very huge issue because for one to get that kind of visa, you have to go through a lot of troubles for you to do that. Another challenge is the information gap. There is no, much information out there on how you can do certain things, how you can join certain clubs, how you can navigate around, laws in China. There are always laws everywhere. So there are some certain laws that you need to navigate for you to be able to end up, working in certain clubs. So there are so many challenges that people face. Now, this is where I also come and ask our leaders that if only, on those high tables where they sit, they can also bring up, the issues of sports as, sports diplomacy. It's also very, very important that they advocate for those access to information or have a centralized information center where even if I Google like how to get a club in China, I can get some certain information and direction from it. And I would have also loved, like right now, we're celebrating Africa, to make a head in Africa, in AFCON sort of organized by our leaders, not necessarily organized by the community on separate cities. No, one that is united for all, that is an AFCON. Right now, we could be celebrating and, crowning the winners of the AFCON in celebration of Africa Day. So those are also some issues that we're also asking to our leaders to look into it. And also the issues of taking part when communities are organizing events. You understand there are a lot of sporting events that are organized by individual communities here, but sometimes, our leaders, they might not, maybe they don't know them, or maybe they don't have, the persuasion, or they really don't understand the importance of those events for the communities that are here in China. Like I can give you an example, in Zhejiang, they recently had an AFCON where a lot of African countries, they came together and they were playing football. And if only the leaders could also be part of that, it becomes something that is very huge and very significant, and it can also benefit, a lot of other, other people, and it can also make Africa to be known as a country. Like I said, my brother here said, well, he doesn't want Cameroon to be known only for football. He wants Cameroon to be known for something beyond. However, as someone is supposed to say, they still need to know that Cameroon is the best when it comes to football. That as well needs to be understood. It's also going to be able, to have other athletes get the respect that they can get. That if someone says, I'm from Cameroon, I play football, then we understand that Cameroon is indeed a great nation that plays football. So it needs to be put out there for people to understand what Africa is all about. So right now, all I'm asking is our leaders to when these communities come to you to say we are organizing this, please listen to them, please be part of it. It's very, very important that you be part of it, because now it becomes something very significant. So this is what I am asking from them. Like you said, I have a lot of things to say in terms of sporting, but for now I can just leave it here. For my other brothers and sisters here, I can tell you that there are a lot of activities involved in sport that is happening up in Beijing. Recently, there was the Flames World Cup where plenty of African teams they came together, they were playing, and also in Niger, like I said, AFCON was there, and we used to have the Ubuntu in Beijing that also brought people together, food, drinks, and sports. And the most popular sports in China, by the way, is football, of course, and also basketball. Plenty. We also have basketball teams like the one in Shanghai, where we have the players, the ladies team from Africa that have created a team there, a club that takes everyone in. So I know my time is limited, but I can go on and on. So let me pass the mic to my fellow speakers.
Thank you, Zekey. Really, there is a lot to say. All of our so yeah, I think it's too much of your time. After this one, you will have to just hit maybe. Just kidding. Maybe within 1 to 2 minutes. Just try to be quick. Your wishes to our venerable ambassadors here.
So I mentioned earlier that I want us to invest in our community. So let me do this quick exercise. The teacher side of me always tries to tell people what to do. Please forgive me for that. I want you to look around to your neighbor. Do not say a word. Just look at your neighbor and give him just a smile. Please do that for me. Go. Most likely you don't even know your neighbor. Most likely you don't even speak the same language. It doesn't matter. A smile is the most universal thing. So how can we then connect to our community? Sometimes non-verbal communication, just like the smile we just did. My dear ambassadors, my dear guests, ladies, please, I am begging you. Let me come from an education side of matters. Education is the key. Please, next year, by the time it's African Day, I am begging you, let us unite all of our African students and let us do one big occasion where we have you, the people in high position, connecting with these students, and let's do that. And then continue from there on to consistently reach out to these. I know every community has its own student organization, whatever, but can you promise me that we can come together from all these different countries and do something for students? If you do, please hold your thumbs up. My leaders here in front. Your thumbs up is like they said, pinky promise. Where are our photographers? Photographers, where are you? China, whatever. Congo. He's sleeping. Take a picture of our leaders. Please hold your thumbs up again. Your thumbs up is a promise to this educator, this math teacher, that next year, Madam President, I don't see your thumbs up. Okay. It's a promise that we are going to unite our African students.
Yeah,
and
okay.
not just
Nice job.
where we can
No,
sit
it's fine.
together.
Okay, thank you for the
Yeah,
invitation.
yeah. I'm sorry for coming late.
Okay, can you say I promise?
Before it starts.
Sorry.
I had the opportunity to meet with a lot of people.
Okay, you're still here, right? Are you going now?
I think I'll go soon because I
Okay. I hope we can check for this.
When do the organization looks good at a new leader? You will hear from this teacher.
Take it from the way, my friend. You're fine.
We have another teacher there. Please try to be precise.
Need to get this background.
Thank you.
All right,
Get this background.
Since we are rounding up, I would just like to invite every African brother and sister, no matter your field of expertise. But me as a lecturer, I would take from my background. Try your best to always teach your fellow students or your friends something about yourself. And when I say about yourself, I mean about Africa.
My card.
For me,
No, you gave
this
you
year,
started one already.
example,
and
I
I was
had
staying in
one
Beijing.
Chinese
Yeah.
student
Okay.
whom I asked to write
My regards to
about
Mark.
Yes.
African literature, and
It's okay.
he was surprised
You're still around,
and
right?
amazed because he said, "I never thought we can also write about that." So I asked him to write about Abdurrahman from Tanzania, Nobel Prize literature, Nobel Prize. So he's writing a
That's the
thesis about
Canadian.
that. So we should
The
always
Canadian guy
try
told
to,
you.
you know,
Send me the
tell us,
photos when you have time.
because ignorance, to me, we
This
usually
guy
say
is
ignorance is sin.
using my
So
phone for
we
the YouTube.
cannot always use that
Mic.
excuse that no,
Oh
we
my
don't know about that. So
He
we
asked me
should
to stand up and go around. I cannot.
educate
Let me
them.
get someone to do it.
My mother here at the educator
Should I
that yeah, we try to educate them.
No
Teach them
problem. Let me
things.
do it for you.
We cannot always say no, they don't know, it's okay. No. So we have to help them and also continue. And here I would like to thank Queen for having this event. Continue to organize events that are, to use her words, championed and sponsored by Africa, by ourselves. So here at this point, I will still call again on our ambassadors here. Please continue supporting in any way that you can such events. And and my last word would just be, I will repeat myself again. Africa, the African diaspora in China is very young. It's one of the youngest African diasporas in the world. But I'm sure it's going to be one of the best diasporas in the next future. But only if we do what it takes. Thank you.
Now, guess who's here with us? Look who's here with us. Nigerian leader of wonderful people to be to see us here in Beijing. This is not a small thing, guys. It's not a small thing. I am honored. Oh no, Maxi, right? There he is on television. You see him. You see him maybe on videos. Maybe you see him. No, I see him in person. So very, very happy. Welcome.
Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you, my beloved sister. We are happy to be here today. It's a great event. We're here. I came right from Guangzhou to honor this Invitation African Day in China. That's wonderful. So many people here, so many diplomats, so many ambassadors here. It's a great event today.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Have a great time here.
Yeah, so,
Hope you come more often.
okay. Bye. Thank you.
Because we also start working this before they ask about many that we cannot provide that kind of thing. So we need ambassadors to help us also to get one Africa student in the second one is I think we have more than 5,000 African people there. But every month we have one people who pass away. So for this one to bring them home, we need a lot of money for that. If they can ask one place for us in Yiwu, or those cities in China, if people pass away, you don't need to bring them home because it's more than 100,000. If you want to bring someone, those people they are students. So how to get this money? How the parent can get this money within the things wrong? You understand? So for that also we are looking. If if they can help us also to get one place for that also. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I think those are very important on ambassadors and I'm pretty sure I've seen some of my even taking downloads. And someone using phone. I'm trying to tell you making sure that all these points are jotted down. So I think time is limited. We're not in our favor. I wish we could have raised some questions from the audience, but time is not on our side. We can interact after the session. Thank you very much. That's all we have from our session. And over to you, Mr. Moderator. Thank you once again. Just carry your chair, please.
You have to send me the video, okay? Sister, send me the video.
Thank you very much. Session.
It's on the
We
other
want to also hear from our community leaders. Thank you very much for your contribution. At this point in time, I would also like to acknowledge the Egyptian ambassador to China, His Excellency Idehen. You're welcome. Thank you. So later on, I think we are still having 2 or 3 items on our agenda because we'll have the dean of the African, the foreign diplomats in China who will be speaking. But before that, we are inviting 2 representatives because the African diaspora, when we talk about the African diaspora, is very diverse. We also love to include those of African descent. So please let us welcome and hear also to what they have to say very briefly. So I would like to welcome Ms. Ria Bradley, the CEO and founder of IDIFA, I Do It for Africa. Please, Ms. Ria, you're welcome on stage.
Your Excellencies, esteemed ambassadors, revered kings and queens of Africa, my beloved brothers and sisters of the Caribbean, honored guests. My name is Ria Radler, founder and CEO of IDIFA, I Do It for Africa. Today, we gather not just Africa was born in you. We are the diaspora, scattered like stars, yet part of the same constellation. From the shores of Jamaica to the favelas of Brazil, from the streets of London to the plains of Kenya, we are bound by a legacy older than borders, deeper than oceans. But let us ask ourselves, what does this legacy mean? What does it demand of us today? It demands action. Let this conference mark the moment we move from memory to movement. First, let us build bridges of commerce, not just ceremonies. Imagine direct flights connecting Paramaribo, Suriname, to Lagos, Nigeria, then Jamaica, to Accra, Ghana. Rio de Janeiro, Brazil to Algiers. No longer begging for visas through
It's a
colonial
great day
gateways,
today.
but forging our
African
own
Day
roots of
celebration.
reunion. Let us
It's a
say
wonderful day.
directly.
Many
Surinamese
dignitaries are
cocoa,
here,
farmers partnering with Nigerian
ambassadors,
chocolate,
diplomats.
Haitian artists
It's a wonderful day
collaborating with
today.
Senegalese
Great
weavers.
in Beijing.
Let the
23rd
diaspora
of May 2025.
not just in
Rio,
stocks,
great day
in
happening
forever.
live.
The strong of the motherland. Let us fund schools in Ghana, solar farms in Kenya, and tech hubs in Rwanda, so our wealth flows back to our. Second, let us deepen diplomatic and cultural ties. Why should Caribbean nations have just a handful of embassies in Africa? Let us plant embassies like baobabs in every nation, in every capital. Let us launch cultural exchanges where Sudanese youth study traditional medicine in Tanzania. And Tanzanian students learn the ancestral dances of the Baroos. Let us explore the pyramids of Sudan and the waterfalls of Guyana. And let our children claim both as their heritage. Third, let us rewrite the narrative. For too long, others have told us our stories. Let us flute the world with the film directed by Afro-Brazilian creators, podcast hosted by Ghanaian and Jamaican thinkers, and fashion woven by Afro-Colombians and Congolese designers. Let our unity be a crescendo the world cannot ignore. But hear me, family. This is not sure. This is a homecoming where we invest in Africa. We invest in ourselves. When we honor Caribbean traditions, we honor the survival of those who turned change into rhythm, sorrow into song. We are not literalists. We are revolutionaries, reclaiming what was fractured. So let us leave here with more than speeches. Let us draft agreements for sister cities. Bahia with Benin. Bahia with Benin. Tanzania. Let us demand visa-free travel for descendants of the diaspora. Let corporations and governments hear our collective voice. We no longer kneel to systems that profit from our division. Kwame Nkrumah said, Africa is one continent, one people, and one nation. Today we add, the diaspora is not the shadow of Africa. We are its light, radiating across the globe. Let us light up the world with collaboration, culture, and unshakable unity. From Suriname to Sierra Leone, from Brooklyn to Burkina Faso, we are one heartbeat. Let that heartbeat thunder until bridges we build become the future we deserve. I hope that what I said today will happen, that I'm not just saying it and it will stay there. I've always tried to talk to anybody who wants to hear me, that when is the first flight direct from Africa to the Caribbean to South America coming? I'm looking forward to that. Thank you, and Ashe to us all.
Thank you very much. Yeah, that was the voice from the people of African descent. It's very important also for your voice to be heard. Thank you very much. And one last representative I would like to, thank you, a round of applause. One last representative that I would like to call here is a representative from the continent, from Angola. Mr. Odair Miguel Jose Julio, the coordinator of the Angola National Youth Council in China, who will share with us the role of the Youth Association as a lever for African Union goals. So, Igor, please.
Hello everyone, my name is Miguel, I'm from Angola. Today I will speak in Portuguese, but translating. Excelentíssimo senhor decano do Corpo Diplomático Africano, excelentíssimo senhor embaixador da União Africana, excelentíssimos senhores embaixadores dos países africanos, distintos representantes diplomáticos, ilustres representantes das associações juvenis, demais convidados de honra. É com grande honra e satisfação que, em nome do Conselho Nacional da Juventude Angola na China e em meu próprio nome, saúdo a todos nesta solene ocasião que celebra mais um ano do continente 10. Hoje, somos chamados a este certame para falar de nós, para nós e para os nossos, sobre o papel da diáspora no alcance das metas da União Africana para o ano de 2025. Hoje, a minha abordagem está virada sobre... Hoje, a minha abordagem está virada sobre o papel do associativismo como alavanca para as metas da União Africana. Acreditamos firmemente e apoiado em nossas experiências, que o associativismo juvenil pode desempenhar um papel crucial no alcance das metas da União Africana. Que neste ano, em 2025, a justiça para os africanos e os afrodescendentes, por meio de indemnizações, está em íntegra. O exercício do associativismo a nível da China pode cumprir com tal propósito. A China é uma potência global com influência em fóruns internacionais por meio de associativismo juvenil. Podemos, por isso, promover eventos culturais africanos, festivais de música, arte, teatro, cinema, que destaquem a história africana e a necessidade de reparações. Podemos estabelecer parcerias com universidades chinesas para pesquisas sobre a diáspora africana e a justiça histórica, usando a nova Rota da Seda como ponte para debate sobre o desenvolvimento da história. Podemos também engajar empresários africanos e chineses em projetos de impacto social que beneficiem a comunidades africanas que dão, usando o argumento de que a justiça histórica gera estabilidade econômica. Podemos fazer advocacia em fóruns internacionais. Como é do nosso conhecimento, a China tem peso em organizações como a ONU, Fórum de Cooperação China-África e BRICS. Os jovens podem, por sua vez, ter a voz para as resoluções que incluam a indemnização na agenda de cooperação África e China. Estabelecer parcerias com ONGs chinesas que trabalhem com direitos humanos para ampliar esta causa. Educar e consciencializar por meio de cursos e palestras em universidades chinesas sobre o panafricanismo, a justiça reparativa, mostrando como a estabilidade da África beneficia a China. Tradução de materiais sobre reparações em mandarim, aproveitando a interface, o interesse chinês em soft power africano. Documentários e campanhas em redes sociais como Weibo, Douyin, canal do WeChat, mostrando a ligação entre o desenvolvimento africano e a justiça histórica. Podemos desenvolver campanhas de investimentos chineses em projetos de reparação, como educação, infraestrutura, tecnologia em países africanos. Podemos ainda fazer da pauta uma tendência de modo a termos trabalhos científicos desenvolvidos sobre o tema em questão e, assim, termos documentado a nível das universidades e bibliotecas chinesas tal temática. Conclusão. Num país como a China, o associativismo juvenil pode usar soft power, cooperação econômica e advocacia diplomática para colocar as reparações africanas na agenda global. E, para tal, entendemos que a chave é vincular o tema aos interesses chineses e argumentar como a estabilidade africana pode ser um meio de atração de investimentos. Entendemos também que um dos caminhos para que a China seja líder global passa pela relação cada vez mais próxima do África. Por isso, apoiar a justiça africana é uma ação necessária para a construção de novas páginas em que a China figurará uma vez mais como agente do Estado. Ciente de que a China e as suas instituições apoiariam a África nesta causa, porque, tal como falou nos Jogos Olímpicos em 2028, Li Changqun, um mesmo mundo, um mesmo sonho. Nós, jovens africanos, sonhamos em viver em um mundo justo, em que a justiça para os africanos e afrodescendentes, por meio de indemnizações, ganha espaços nos holofotes deste país irmão. Obrigado pela vossa atenção.
Thank you very much, Mr. Liddell, voice from Angola. It's very diverse, not just culturally, but also linguistically. So thank you very much also for your powerful message. So at this point in time, the organizers, before inviting His Excellency Mupona for his remarks, the organizers, that is the Center for China-Africa Discourse Studies, on behalf of the African diaspora, would had prepared a very interesting section because they called it the Flame of Unity Award that they will be wanting to present to ambassadors or to embassies that support organizing this event. So I'd like to call on stage His Excellency Mupona, Ambassador of Cameroon to China, please, to join on stage. His Excellency Mupona, also of PRC, China, please join on stage. His Excellency Mohamed Osman, the AU Permanent Representative China, and also Her Excellency Dom Ilias, the President of the Group of African Ambassadors Houses. Thank you to join on stage. And to present the awards, I would like to invite Ms. Queen Modestus, with the support of the technical team, to present the awards. So a round of applause. Thank you very much for your support. And also on behalf of the diaspora, we would like to invite, for the group photo, we'd like to invite other people from the diaspora to join for the group photo. Thank you. Yes, so representative who are in the room, representative from the African panelists. Yeah, panelists, please. May the panelists and the other ambassadors, we would like to invite the excellencies, please. Yeah, please. Wait for the group photo. We invite the excellencies. Ambassadors, please. For the group photo. And the youth representatives. 2 steps forward, please, for everyone to step forward. A moment, please. A moment, please. Thank you. Okay. Right, please 2 steps. Okay, thank you. Thank you.
Huh? We need to go, I don't know. Did they invite us? We should? I don't know. It's finished already.
Please, from that end, please, 2 steps back. Okay, thank you. One, two.
这边4个人，这边3个人，我看了第2个，太火了。
Maybe to go behind.
这边4个人，这边4个人站了后面。
4 people, yes, okay.
你就别错了 ，OK， OK。
问题再往后嘛，就这样的，就是后面别打了，就是再往后直接搬卷卷。
卷卷的话就双方了。
哦，双方。
对，那个高的往后，高的在后面，高的在后面。
Someone who is yours is
这边再来1个人出去。
1个人，
就这样吧。
不要动啊！他们不要动啊！不要动。
有没有拍到我？
不要动！不要动！
可以照。
Exactly.
Really?
Yeah.
Nigeria embassy?
No, I'm from Nigeria.
Oh, the Nigerian diaspora.
Yep. Yeah.
Oh,
okay.
And where are you from? Ethiopia. Okay, I'm from Nigeria.
For last member session. Thank you very much. And thank you for bearing with us, Your Excellencies, and also the audience. So at this point in time, we have scheduled a plenary address discussing the role of ambassador in strengthening diaspora engagement. And I think that will also be a very critical point for us, the African diaspora, to also hear from the voice from our fathers in our suggestion. So for that, I would like to invite His Excellency Ambassador Mupona, Ambassador Extraordinary and Trade Policy of the Embassy of the Republic of Cameroon to China and Dean of the African Ambassadors in China. Please, a round of applause.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, Your Excellencies. I prepared a paper, but I don't think you can read it. It might be boring for some of you. But before I start, I would like first of all to acknowledge the presentation made by the chairperson of the GAS. She made a very good presentation, very good. Secondly, to recognize, of course, the presence of my colleague ambassadors here, which is a very important point. Because when you say the role of African ambassadors, and they are there, it means that you are rich, your goal, your goal. Because ambassadors are always there. Sometimes you don't feel how they are there, but they are always there for you. Because ambassadors represent your individual countries. They represent the individual leadership of each country. But at the same time, as we are celebrating the Africa Day, we represent as well the whole of Africa. Because we belong to the same family. All Africa recognize its roots from Egypt and going down and west of the country. So it's very interesting, you know, we are celebrating the Africa Day. Probably next year I wouldn't accept to take a role in this type of conference because at the eve of the celebration we are staging tomorrow. But today I would like first of all to thank the organizer, Ms. Green, for what she's doing to promote the African diaspora. And talking of African diaspora, we think it's not just a concept. What does it mean, diaspora? What does it mean? Is it a concept? It's not a concept. Behind the word concept, diaspora, you have people, men, women, children. You have economy, you have activities, you have culture. And some panelists who spoke here a few minutes ago, I think they displayed some of those activities, which are related to human living. So diaspora is not just a concept. It might sound sometimes a bit difficult because when you say diaspora, I think ambassador will confirm it. In my career, I have 45 years of diplomacy, active diplomacy.